Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Hope I blow your ears out and got you going for the morning. Shout out to each and every one of you for jumping on in. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you for being here. How are you feeling? Are you motivated? Are you feeling good? Are you waking up every day doing what you want to do in your life, baby? Whew. I got it out. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Are you getting the lemon water in? Are you feeling good about yourself? Are you taking a deep breath? Did you say I love you to the birds and the bees? Did you look at the beautiful weather outside? It is a beautiful, beautiful day in October. Going to be 69 degrees. Let's keep loving life as long as it's not freezing cold and snowing. If you're from Boston, if you're from Montreal, if you're from some of these cold places, South Dakota, Wisconsin, then you know what I'm talking about. It's time to breathe in the beautiful air and just be blessed that you are blessed. Shout out to everybody here on the live. If you're stressed about Bitcoin and the prices of life, then you worry about money way too much. You need to focus on your life. Money is a beautiful aspect of it, but your life will bring in the money if you focus on the best things in your life. If you go after your passions, everything else will be completed. But sometimes going after your passions is the hardest thing to do, for it was for me. Shout out to each and every one of you for being here. Let's take a big sip of the lemon water. Let's get hydrated. Let's get it going. Let's give our brains exactly what we need to be the best we can be. Smell it. Take it in. Feels good. Snap with me, baby. Snap with me, baby. Feeling it, baby. Don't give up. Don't give up the hope, baby. Don't give up the hope. You got this. You got this. I got this. We got this. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Look at PSL. Pastel. Flatlining. That is a descending triangle, but my goodness. Getting tighter and tighter. It looks like nobody wants to sell it lower than that price. A bit interesting to me. Right? Let me throw up the chart so you can see it. Pastel. Looking somewhat nice to me. Interesting. I always got something up my sleeve. I want to leave you hanging. Hero down 7%. Slip down here. It's still in the channel. Still oversold in the 4-hour. Still hanging on. Can you give me the love, Hero? Can you give me the love? Didn't really dump compared to Bitcoin, too. On my radar. I'm personally in that trade. Just want to make it really clear. Personally, I am in Hero right now for about $2,000. I make it clear exactly the amount I'm in and exactly how much I'm in there for. Hero. If it doesn't play out, it does not play out. I'm not going to lose a lot. 200 beans. So look, Bitcoin. Can we double bottom here? So far, we did get a bit of a bounce. And look at my yellow area. Why do I have this circled and pinned? Because I said, hey, let's draw out a flag on the 15-minute. I said either we're going to make a flag or we're going to dump. Now, this is why my flag system works so well. If we had stayed in the flag, there was a high probability we could have made a trade right around here when the Stokes got low. You see? But it didn't. It dumped straight to the downside. It gave it all back. But we got a buyback wick of capitulation. Like, people just were like, woo, low prices for Bitcoin. Anything under 19K seems to be a big gamble. People want to hustle it up. However, what I do not like is we broke the POC at 19,100, and we broke that weekly support yet again. And, you know, I figured once we got above it for that time and time again, we were finally going to hold it as support. We had bounced off of it nicely. You know, it did a nice supportive resistance flip. Everything was looking somewhat okay. All right. Regardless of the fact, I just want to make it clear, it's not why I bought a whole Bitcoin yesterday. I bought a whole Bitcoin, honestly, because I want to add to my BTC stash. And I plan on buying, if I can, a few down in these areas. So to me, you know, someone would DCA. Before the old me, I would DCA into one Bitcoin. And I would put $2,000, $3,000. But now I want like four, you know, whatever. I don't want to make it, but I want a bit of Bitcoin. So I'm just going to buy one here, maybe buy one at 17 if we do go lower. You know, if we go to 10K, I'll buy a few more. So I know I'm open-minded if we go to, and we could have, and just because I bought a Bitcoin yesterday does not mean we can't go to $10,000. Let me make that really clear. Don't go, oh, he bought a Bitcoin. He's the man. He bought the bottom. I'm going to put my whole, no. Never do what you see someone else do. It's got to be what you feel. It's got to be how you feel about it in your heart, okay? I don't do what another YouTube. I didn't buy a Bitcoin because someone else did yesterday. I'll make that really clear, right? And honestly, it's more of like a, it's more whether the Bitcoin goes up or down, honestly, and whatever happens to me, 100 years go by. But whoever's watching me, whoever watched it yesterday, this was the point. The point is I made a decision and I went in, I did something with my life. Like and honestly, I believe that it's inspirational in and of itself, because so many people seem stuck and unable to make a decision, and like, wow, he just did it. He pulled the trigger. He said, okay, he did it. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Sometimes, you know, when you make a decision, you're going to learn. You're going to learn whether it's a good one or a bad one. When you make no decisions, you will learn nothing. Okay? So every single time you do something, every single time that you go forward, and that's why I always say, just go forward, move forward. I used to sit there and no, you know, what business should I do? What can I do? And one day I was just like, just grab the mic, press record, and start moving, man. I said, stop making excuses for yourself and get it done. You know what I mean? Stop BSing yourself, Sam. I had to talk to myself. I said, self, why are you such a BSer? And I said, you know, and I don't even want to use those low frequency terms, but why are you making excuses for yourself, self? Why do you believe you're not good enough? How come you don't believe you have what it takes? Low self-esteem, you know? I had low self-esteem. Let me say it out loud. I had low self-esteem. And honestly, I didn't have a good connection with God. And so when you have a connection with God and you believe there's a higher power behind you, how could you not feel good about yourself every single day? Whether it's a placebo or not, does it matter to me? No, because at the same time, I feel good about myself every single day. So to the unbeliever, it seems like a placebo. To the believer, it is what it is. And the believer knows that it doesn't have to matter to anyone else but the believer, as long as the believer feels the beauty of the belief. So it's in and of itself its own beauty of revelation. That's what you realize when you're inside of it. And it's like you don't really need to explain it to anyone else, but it is what it is. And it is in the present moment reoccurring, so it's not even something you can say what it is until it's over, and then it's done again, and then it removes itself, yet then it comes back, because it's a constant motion inside of the present moment. I mean, how much clearer could I be? Let's get into Bitcoin. Shout out to each and every one of you. Stay inspired, stay beautiful, stay blessed, because I'm feeling it every single day. And you know what? There's no reason not to spread love and be alive here. So that's what this channel is about. As much as we like cryptocurrency, it's about being positive every single day, realizing there's an opportunity in this world, no matter what. There is no reason to have a negative emotion. Unless you've done something really bad for someone and you need to learn from it, I get it. But as long as you're pushing forward, as long as you're doing the right thing, you need to remove yourself from negative people, negative situations, and negative emotions. So what's happening with Bitcoin? Well, if you were in my trading group this morning, we talked about getting here to the top and at resistance. Couldn't get above it. I said, if Bitcoin can't close a candle. And even I said yesterday and the day before, remember, if Bitcoin couldn't close a candle above 19,500, expect more downside. If Bitcoin couldn't close a candle on the daily or the 4-hour above 19,004, 19,500 area, expect more downside. We did that yesterday. We were unable to close above those levels. We would slump to the downside. We're still in this bigger falling wedge here that I'm showing you. And it basically, I said, if we get to the top of the wedge and we can't get out, we're likely to come down to this area, and I circled it. Crazy. I put this out, and you could, let me see if I have the chart. Well, I probably have the video, right? But this is what I do. I give you a video update every single morning explaining where Bitcoin's going to go. So if you're in my Discord, you're basically getting this update right here. Check it out.
Okay, let's continue.
Bitcoin right when I wake up.
Something here. Point, I just want everyone to remember, forget about it. It's over. It's done. We're not going to leave that as a bias. Like, oh, because you bought a Bitcoin, we couldn't have a lower bottom. We could definitely go to 10K. We could go lower. We always have to be open-minded. All right, I made my decision.
So you can see I'm talking about if we can't get above these areas, we're likely to come down to the bottom of the channel and likely to come down to my yellow area here. This is where we're likely to stop, because that's your previous point of support and resistance areas, you know. I just don't want to bore you guys and take you through like the 8 minutes of this ridiculousness right here.
As if the 5 minutes low or the 7 minutes low, and they're really not. They're really beginning to dump again, interesting enough. So you watch this flag, just like I do. I do the same thing every day. Watch this flag. If this flag can stay intact, there's a chance we could break out of it. If we just dump on back down, then we're going to need to make sure that we double bottom here, like here, and possibly somewhere, you know, around here like that.
See, and that's basically what was going to happen. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. So we didn't make the flag, and if we didn't make the flag, we went right here, and then we kind of even more than double bottom. We went a little lower on that wick back to the upside. We did try to close a candle in the same area, but at the same time, I mean, and that's why the flag is efficient. The second the flag starts to break down, open the short. The flag starts to stay in. You don't touch anything. You wait, you wait, you wait, you wait, and then I open a long. So it's a simple way to trade by making a projected flag and staying inside of it. And some people get it, some people don't. And sometimes I'm worried about even giving away my special sauce because it's so simple, yet it's everything that I do. And it's got me and showed me, and it's basically everything. Like I can figure out so much by doing this. But it is the act of doing, which you'll get better at over time. Okay? Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. 172 likes and 431 people. Seems kind of strange, but dear Lord, thank you for all the likes. I know you're going to provide people that hit the like button to my live stream, and I'm not going to have to say another word. Amen. Thank you, dear Lord. I'm not going to say another word about it. God's got me, man. I'm going to keep it moving. So take a look. As we continue to move and we talk about Bitcoin, all right? So it dumped here. Are we going to continue to go to the downside? That's what everyone wants to know. That's why a lot of people come to the channel, all right? So first things first, we dumped back down to the area we figured we would, and we're battling 19,000 right now, of course. You know. All right. So here. I'm starting fresh. You know how I do. If you're new to my channel, I start fresh with the technical analysis right at the beginning of the stream. Not every time, but many times, right? So I just showed you the update that I created. I talked about the area that we would go to if we didn't make a flag. We didn't make the flag. What happened? We went to that area. Now we can begin. It's like almost like, all right, we looked at the directions. We were going to go from this point. We just got off the exit. We're at the next spot. Now we need to see where the next set of directions are telling us where Bitcoin's going to go. So we figured out the first section. Now we're going to continue, right? So we can clearly see that this is a diagonal resistance. Everyone can be completely in agreement with this, right? Anyone here on the live stream? This is diagonal resistance. Anyone not know what diagonal resistance is? And be honest, it's okay. No one gets made fun of here. I just want to see the gauge of the type of knowledge we have here. I want to see if someone's here like, no, I don't have no idea what that means. Or if you're like, no, totally get it. Sierra, congrats, Malba. Congrats, everybody here on the live. Shout out to Rodney Robinson, CNC Ireland, Philippe. My moderators, love learning. God bless you, love learning. We love you. Gregory the Sniper. Shout out to David Kendall. Shout out to CNC Ireland. Shout out to Jamie Zeno. Shout out to all the beautiful people here. Sean, my man, I love you. Thank you for jumping on in, Sean. And shout out to each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And you're with the Crypto Lifer. May God bless each and every one of you. You never know. Nothing is guaranteed in this life. No days are guaranteed. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. Take advantage of today while you have it. You do not have tomorrow. I remind myself of that every single day. You do not have tomorrow. That's why I'm here live streaming. That's why I said I'm not going to do the 9 to 5 anymore. That's why I said I'm not going to live that regular life. That's why I said I'm done, because I said it's riskier not taking a risk and finding out where I can end up in this new age of whatever I could become in my own mind, following my passion, than it is to go follow some random job. So I created my own job, and you can too. Create your own job. Don't look for a job. Create your own job. And you'd be surprised where it will get you. It will get you way places you never thought possible. You'll have a wonderful life. You will travel the world. You will see people you never that are creating their own jobs. And it'll be a blessing. So join my trading group. It's a mentorship program in a way. It is a place where you can grow and learn as a person. Many young men and women mature in there. Many older people find a new sense of cryptocurrency and learning from things that they've already learned. And there's just a beautiful formation of young, old, and togetherness in the trading group. It is blessed. It is blessed. All right? There's people between the ages in their late 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, all through their 30s, 40s, and 50-year-old people doing damage in the trading group. It's unbelievable. So I meet people of all walks of life from everywhere. We'll do a roll call, not now, but in a little while, and we will show you where we're from. We'll show you where the lifers represent from, and you will be absolutely amazed. So let's get back into brass tacks here for BTC. So Bitcoin, this is what we see. This is what we're looking at. And you can see how we're like, let me open it up. Let's check it out. We lost this POC, and it's been 19,000, about 60. It's about a 19,080. Let me see here exactly. Yeah, 19,100. I kept saying it was 97 sometimes. It shifted a little bit, but it was, man, we need to get back above that point of control. Are we messing with the bears right now, creating a bear trap? We'll take a look at Bookmap and see what it says, where the liquidity lies. It also has been a little finicky with some spoofing going on. Spoofing is when they show liquidity they're actually not going to use, and they move it around, and that can happen as well. Just want to make that clear. At the end of the day, this is a falling wedge. Falling wedges break up 68% of the time, do they not? When we just zoom out and look at the big picture. And to me,
You know what I'm saying? 19,400, 19,002, 19,000. You know, right now I bought Bitcoin at 19,260 or something. So I'm down $230. Like I'm going to be okay. You know, I'm going to be all right. I'll make it through. If it went down to 16,000, I'd be okay. You know, if it goes down to 10K, I'll be okay because I feel like I'm going to buy so many Bitcoins there. You know, the weird thing with me, for me, that would bother me is statistically, all those bottom indicators would be out the window. And it would be strange because, like, it just wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean? So then the math would be gone. That would be the worst. To me, it would be, it's not even about me. It's more about the math. I'm a math guy. So I'd just be like, why is the math wrong? Like, why is it doing this to me? I'd be like, why are you doing this to me, math? You know? So that would just be the strangest thing, you know? So are we making a bit of a double bottom here for BTC? Somewhat, you know, on this point of control area. And we do show some strong support right here on this area. Right? We've seen Bitcoin kind of bouncing on or through these areas, but recovering every time. So an interesting idea here. And if we pull it all the way back, it actually still is resistance. It's been support all the way since we made that lower low. Interesting. Like, could almost resemble somewhat of a bottom. You never know. Rounded bottoms pay the bills, right? We're getting this like elongated rounded bottom. And you can also, right? Need I do this? I mean, it's weird with this pump up and down, but you got the bowl, somewhat of a bowl here. Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. You know, Marv, the last time I saw this, I was eating a double Whopper. You know, I pulled up nose in my 1975 Cadillac, white interior, beautiful, eating a double Whopper. And if you ever like ate the front and then the back squirted right out and the ketchup all over my date, all over this. Yeah, she was wearing a mink coat. It was beautiful. All over. She was looking at me. I was looking at her. And I mean, what do you do? What do you do? You know, you're eating the Whopper. It's all over. It's all over the leather interior. It was disgusting. So you know what I did? I just started licking it right off the seat and off of the. I'm just. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Shout out to you and yours. This is the Crypto Lifer Show, where we do fun things. We do voiceovers. We do all sorts of fun stuff here to make you laugh and keep you doing it. Blessings to you and your wife and your beautiful new baby about to enter this world at any moment. Shout out to Mamba. May God bless you and your wife and your child. Moment of silence for the baby. Moment of silence for the baby. May that baby stay blessed. May that baby stay blessed. A lifer comes into the world immediately. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Ready to go. With a beautiful charged mind, a high-frequency parents, ready to do something beautiful, right? I was like ready to bang on it, but it's like ready to hit those charts. So look, Bitcoin, bit of a cup and handle here. Daily likes to move. It's interesting. We are below a POC. There's a chance we could continue to dump to the lower trend. Definitely, right? Could this be the final, you know, Kawabaka? You know, what's interesting is you put it upside down, and it wouldn't be the first time. Look, I mean, let's bear with me here. Like I'd seen these as head and shoulders before that eventually dump to the downside, right? I mean, I have. It won't be the first time in my life, right? Interesting. But you do see the ascending triangle, though, right? That you have to abide by. You know? Which we know goes like this, right? Bear with me right now, because right now you're like, what's going on? I'm upside down. I know I am. Chill, right? I'm Batman right now. Okay? And look, you got like the complex inverted head and shoulder. When you look at things upside down, it can give you a bit of an edge. And I shouldn't teach you this because it's my edge. And you'd be like, oh, it's just flipping the chart upside down. But yeah, but it's how I do it, how much I do it, and why I do it, and what it can do for you. All right? You know, and it's wacky for sure, right? But it's almost, it's slightly, I don't want to be far-fetched. Kind of a complex inverted head and shoulder, right? So we flip it back upside down, and, you know, and you kind of got a rounded top too. We'll take that back. I mean, you're talking $11,000 Bitcoin, right? Which is possible, right? Very, very possible. So here's the deal. Inverted. Are we making that right shoulder? There's a chance too. This is interesting. Now, at the end of the day, that 3 days still has movement. Could be banging on us to the downside, though, and it has had two. When does this 3-day candle close? Tomorrow, in 1 day, in 10 hours, okay? So I'll be watching for that candle to close. Lack of, the bullish momentum is turning on us, too. It's interesting. So that's showing some bearishness. If anything, we drop to the bottom of the pattern here, back to 17, but we would make a new low, all right? We would make a new low. And it could happen. Anything could happen the way they're manipulating the markets. So let's take a look at the daily. Daily's oversold. 22 hours getting oversold. 12 hours oversold. 8 hours oversold. 6 hours beat to the ground. 4 hours about to move. 3 hour wants to move, right? It just, and then you just go, okay, fine. The 1 hour wants to dump in your face, which we trade so religiously, the 1 hour, so much, so often, right? And let's take a look at it. But our 15 is doing the scoop. Showing signs that it may want to make a move here and already kind of breaking to the upside. In the 15-minute moves like that, the chance it does move back to the upside. Measured move for the 15 would bring you to 19,400. Put me into profit on the Bitcoin buy. We'll see. But right now, we have lack of bearish momentum on the MACD. Look, it's just very small. When looks like you want to make a move. You can put the RSI in a bit of a falling wedge here that's pushing out. And that does want to make a bit of a move to the upside. So interesting enough. Can you get the move? At the same time, you're going to get resistance here. Do you double top? And can you make it out of this smaller channel that we see here on the 15-minute time frame? So let's see if the 15-minute can break out. Right now, that's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. All right. And I've seen the 15-minute. We've seen the 7-minute throw Hail Marys, have we not? So there's no reason that the 15-minute couldn't throw a Hail Mary here. All right. We're going to take a look at the S&P 500. That's also going to give us a little bit of insight into what's happening. All right. So we'll go take a look at the S&P 500, which is ES1, the S&P futures. Why are we looking at the S&P futures? Because they're correlated right now. And they've been correlated. And if we don't make it above certain areas of support and resistance, then we must concede that Bitcoin will drop the same as the S&P until we get decoupled. And that's the question today. Will Bitcoin ever beat back through the recession? Can it become a hedge for the recession? And right now, it's slightly a hedge because if you look at Bitcoin, right? Down 0.5%. But if we look at it overall in the week, and then we look at the overall week loss on the S&P is lost more. And so also the S&P has lost more in the last month. The overall markets have lost more. So Bitcoin has been slowly hedging against the rest of the market. Shout out to this awesome super chat. What do we have here? It looks pretty bearish out there. Can we run through your bottom indicators to raise spirits? You're funny. I did it yesterday. Yes, we could do it again. He super chatted for it, so of course we could do it again, But again, when the bottom's in, most people will not believe it. It'll feel icky and scary, Possible beautiful double bottom here for ES1. 15-minute also wants to make a move to the upside. So while everyone's bearish, I'm calling right now for somewhat of a bounce here on both Bitcoin and the S&P. Can we get this bounce out of the falling wedge to the upside, right? You got a bearish cross here already on the 1 hour time frame, but it could be curving back up. Let's see what the 50-minute can do. All right. But we did lose some serious levels. Let's take a look. We double bottomed up, and I talked about, see this point of control? We must break back above 3650 to remain bullish. We must break back above 3650 to remain bullish. The measured move up here to the upside out of this falling wedge, the bigger one, would take us to 3835, and that would actually do some nice damage. So if we can get above this POC, boom, we will fly back up to here. That's your hopium, right? You take a look at the 4 hour time frame, it's very oversold and about to make a move. So this is probable, all right? We'll take a deep breath on this. So let's let the 4 hour play out. Let's let the 1 hour do some damage. Let's see if the 15-minute can get us out of a hole here for some of the day. So that's what I'm watching. I'm looking for somewhat of a move to the upside. Again, we could just double top, and it can turn into absolutely nothing and end up down here. We are also retesting, as you can see, this diagonal trend line we broke out. If we break back inside the pattern, then you could dump out of this to the downside. Measured move would take you to 3,500 on the S&P. So That's our two ways about it. We kind of, the bulls must pump us on this double bottom falling wedge to the upside. It's kind of like a must-do situation here, do or die, for Bitcoin and the S&P 500. Sorry to say, everybody, Super Chat's bottom indicators. He said he wants those bottom indicators. Shiba Inu is trending on Twitter right now, and it seems to be trending all around. So I had to look at it really quick. I'm sure someone probably would have super chatted it if I kept my mouth shut. But hey, right? So, Sam, don't do the popular coins. So somebody asked about them. No, it's funny. So here's Shiba Inu, right? And look, now we're getting a bit of a short squeeze showing up here. 3-4 liquidations. And look at the heat map showing signs of 19,100 up here, more likely than down here. We got more heat up here than down there. That's telling you that we want to eat up liquidity into the 19,100 region. I mean, it supports my theory of the falling wedge breaking to the upside 68% of the time on the 15-minute. So there's a chance. There's just a chance. All right. Yo, it's so funny, Christian. You're another person that I figured that out myself too as well, watching that ABBC coin. Such an interesting coin, right? And how many times it does what it does, right? Interesting. Make sure I got I was going to wear either this one or that one. I said, well, they both match the tie, so I might as well wear them both, right? So I devised a way to hit two little squares at the same time and give them little points or whatever. That's why I was a minute late. I was folding pocket squares, of course, right? Absurd. Shout out to everybody here on the live. So this is a falling wedge that breaks up 68% of the time as well. However, you have major support that needs to hold here for Shiba Inu. You break this and you're likely falling down to these two levels here. So SHIB needs to hold. It's at the end of the liquidity zone, but it did break a node and the bigger node is down there. So it wouldn't surprise me if it continued to fall. And if Bitcoin continues to fall, so will SHIB. How you figure this out is you go to a smaller time frame and take a look at the health. It's like looking in someone's ear with a microscope. It's kind of like zooming in. That's how I look at it. And you can see this was a rising wedge. Fell to the downside. Bear flag. Measured move somewhere down here too. So, and it's right now it's bearishly retesting. All right. So SHIB would have to get back inside this pattern. And I don't know what, do a double bottom or something. It's interesting. So SHIB's on the mend a little bit right now. Short squeeze for Bitcoin, 975. You can see more short squeezes coming as we just talked about it. And, people that thought they were swift, these are the latecomers to the party. People that jumped into the short a little too late and, they jumped into red candles. You know what I'm saying? Just like someone who jumps into a green candle, same thing. Same scenario. So it doesn't mean we're going to pump. Maybe they could just be cleaning up these last few people before we go lower. You see? But, they are bringing it in. And you can see this is a liquidation indicator on Bookmap. Bookmap is beautiful. The beautiful people at Bookmap, one of the only companies I will work with. And my honorable self, I will not play games with anyone else. I like KuCoin, I like MEXC, and I like 3 Commas and Bookmap. Those are the 4 people. And I actually, everyone there, I have a rep or talk to someone that I appreciate. I've been using KuCoin since 2017 myself. So it's like, I stand behind it. I've been using it for a long, long time. MEXC, I like all the ETFs. We have to watch them for a few more years and give them that time, right? They're new on the market, but they've been doing pretty good, and they've been hanging in there. So MEXC is on the radar, and Bookmap. I love Bookmap. Bookmap is cool because you can see where the short squeezes are getting hit. You can see where people are actually losing their positions. And once they it's like wringing out a sponge, And if you watch this all the time, like I watch it all the time, you get a sense of how many liquidations come in a batch. And that's a pretty good batch. I'd be surprised if we might go up a few more, but I'd be surprised if we don't get extended into the 19,150 area because, we're starting to liquidate a good amount of the leftovers, you see? And you start getting a feeling of this. We also have another indicator that I'll show you, but I won't show it to you until we get to the 500 likes, man. We got 600 people here on the live, 292 likes. They're just not going to cut it, lifers. Just not going to do it. Everybody, you people got me to 1,000 people watching just last Friday. It was 2 Fridays ago. Or Friday and a half ago. You got me to 1,100 people watching on the live. We've been to 1,000 likes many times on this live stream. We've banged on them many times. Let's show the world who the lifers are today. Let's show them who they are. And I know we are blessed. Every one of you are blessed. I know the world is blessing us.
So show everyone who the lifers are at this very moment. I know you will. I have faith in even every single one of you. If you're running right now, you stop, you hit that like button. If you're driving in your car, you just got to pull over for a split second, hit that like button. If you're listening on your headphones at work, you just got to ask the boss to go to the bathroom, do whatever you got to do. Hit that like button, please. Whatever you have to do to keep that algorithm pumping and jumping, I would greatly appreciate it. Hi, my name is Mark Wahlberg, everybody. And, I played a cop, I played a fireman, it doesn't matter. I can do anything. But if you're going to watch Crypto Lifers live stream, please, just hit the like button. That's all you got to do. Thank you so much. My name's Wahlberg. Go to Wahlbergers. I love you. Peace. All right, so,
Hey, everybody. My name's Peter Griffin. And Lois, why don't you go get... Hey, Lois, I think I'm going to grow a beard. Hey, Chris, go to your room. Another thing I want to say. When I'm watching crypto, I like to watch Crypto Lifer. So you should do the same. And if you don't hit the like button, I'm going to drag you to Cohog. And you know what's going to happen. So...
shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. And see, look, that looked like a short little nibble here, and now we're coming back. See, it didn't look like it was, didn't see some sustainable to me. Kind of like balancing act here in the liquidity zones. All right. But still seeing that short squeeze is breathtakingly beautiful. Short squeeze orange juice, I call it. Let's jump into the dollar index. The DXY. Why are you doing this to us every single day? So look, we have a rising wedge that I was praying would break to the downside. And what I'm doing here is showing you the signs of a diagonal support and resistance. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Try to get into it. We just resisted the diagonal support and we fell. This is beautiful. This is what we want. We came back. We got rejected again. Now we're overbought on the 15-minute. The breakdowns happen on the smaller time frames. They bleed into the bigger ones. So this is Bitcoin right now, recovering a little bit. The dollar index should give us a dump here on the 15-minute, a little bit of a relief for Bitcoin to the downside. Let me clean up my gibberish, scribbles here. My gibberish scribbles. But I'm always projecting and drawing and have ideas. So here, and this could make a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, unfortunately, of course, right? Which could then propel us back to the upside here. But I do see a head, a shoulder, and a head now forming. So if we cannot make a higher high here and not get above the zone, even if we just make an M pattern or make a lower low, that's what we're looking for. So we'll be watching the dollar index very closely on the 1 hour. And honestly, our fate is entailed. This goes and makes a higher high, then it's a higher low, and we can continue. But if this just kind of goes here and makes an M, or it never makes it back above this high, that's going to be crucial, and that's going to tell a story that there's a possible chance that this will dump back down here to this area, and that's at least a relief rally to 20,005, 21K for Bitcoin, if you can get the dollar to drop into this zone, right? I'm looking at this idea that it's a bigger M pattern too as well here. And I've been honing in on this monthly saying, hey, it's time. It's over. The monthly is cooked. The monthly says, man, and this is not when you want to start dollar cost averaging into an asset, right? This is when it's time to take profits. Like if you were in an altcoin and it looked like this on the monthly, it would be time to bail. 2-week chart, so beat, right? So to me, this is even like slight bullish, bearish divergence because like that's just such an uptrending move and that's such a flat move. And when the lines are like so that your price line is like this, right? And then this is your RSI line. See, I'm being parallel to these. See that? And then that's parallel to that about. And I mean, when they're clearly like dang near perpendicular, like when they cross, whenever they cross, it's divergence. But like, that's a serious set of divergence there, in my humble opinion. All right. So, shout out to everybody here. 383 on the live. Can I please get those likes up to the watchers? I guess it's like, hey, they're like, hey, you said God would take care of it. He will. He will. God has me no matter what happens. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I asked myself, I said, Sam, why worry, right? I said, why would you worry? And I said, well, 4 years ago, you had like a little old bag of crypto. You were learning the ropes of trading cryptocurrency. You were finding your way, right? And you're here now with 36,000 subs, an amazing family, a trading group, a wife, another child. Like so much has come my way in the last year. And, man, trades, phantom calls, Bitcoin moves, you know, a bull run that was unbelievable from 2020 to 2021, a blessed run. And there was a metaverse run in the late fall of that, too. There was just so many opportunities in the market. And blessings on blessings. And so now I look back and I look at my life here and I'm like, well, if I started there and got here, and now so if I open my eyes with where I'm beginning now, and I bet you're beginning now right here, man, 2023 is just ready for a huge move. I mean, I'm so excited. 2022 was unbelievable. Unreal, right? And so what does 2023 hold? It's unimaginable to me, but I open my mind up and my heart to greatness and abundance, and I know that their world is full of abundance. There is abundance in this earth at all times. You reach out, it is there. We live in abundance, I'm telling you right now, and the more you believe that, the more it is. You receive the abundance in which you live in. And if you don't think it's there, so like, if you don't believe there's opportunity in your life, then there isn't. If you don't believe you live in an abundance, then you don't. It's pretty simple. Your mindset is exactly where you are in life. What you think is where you are. Who you're around and what they think about and what you keep listening to is where you are. Look at your closest friends. Who are your closest friends? Ask yourself, what do they do for a living? What do they make? Where are they in life? What are they doing? And that's why I joined my trading group. It may seem like, fine, you pay it first, but eventually that is a family. And the 99 is a barrier for entry. Remember that. If you let everybody in there, $10, $9 for entry, think about that. If it was $12 to get into the trading group, my goodness, it would be 1,000 people in there, and it would be insane. It would be insane. So it wouldn't be concentrated, and how many people would be doing their homework? How many people would care? How many people would really want to become elite traders? And how much, I'm amazed at what I see in that trading group. It is beautiful. The concentration of knowledge, of wealth, and of hardworking, disciplined people, unbelievable. Unbelievable. So this is APL, Apollo Currency. I was talking about it. It took a while. It took some time. Look, 17 days. That's a boring, right? But it slowly went up, slowly, and then it got its pop. 33% gains, 2 weeks. It's a bear market. I'd take any gain I could get above 3 or 5%. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't be greedy about anything. And that's a beautiful trade. Never hit the stop loss. 7-8, kind of in between. It was at the 706 Fibonacci level. See that? And then it got to the golden pocket. That's the golden pocket right there. And then it was gone. So you draw your Fibonacci, cup and handle in a bit of a way inside this ascending triangle. And there could be more as it continues out. But Apollo bagged on them for 33% gains. Shout out to anyone that may or may not get into that. It took a while. But that's Apollo, right? Hero still on my radar, getting tight. I'm personally in that trade. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. BTC. Again. So we're at this strong support for Bitcoin. And we want to see if that 15-minute can give us some moves. That's kind of what it's all about. And it could roll over. Anything could happen. Right now, we just kind of hitting resistance here. Look at this. We can't get above this POC. Kind of switches around. I get it when you change liquidity. At the end of the day, you don't even have to be as religious to a POC, except for I look at the bigger ones, like when you look at the bigger picture, right? You can play the smaller ones when you're playing smaller time frames. That's just all you have to remember. But look, I mean, resistance, we fell above it, we bounced, we fell below it. So you can clearly see that if we can't get back above 19,100, short the market, or be ready for a possible M pattern here too. Always be ready for a long or a short at both times. You should be identifying support or resistance, and the second you want a short resistance, you want a long support. And it's that simple. And it seems like, and the moments are quick. NMW on the 4-hour. Please have a good day, man. Thank you so much, man. Shout out to Kyle Stanfield in the house. God bless you and yours. Thank you so much for jumping on into the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you beautiful souls for sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. You're here with the Crypto Lifer, and I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So, Bitcoin, can it break it out of the falling wedge we'll be seeing? But we can't seem to get above this resistance. This has been a problem now. And if you can't get above resistance, you have to, it is what it is. So remember that. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Your biggest competition is yourself. If you measure your success as a bar, never settle for the bar. Get more done today than you did yesterday. Then tomorrow will be the best day of your life. Shout out to Sin City Crypto with the $9.99. Bang, bang, bang. My man, your biggest competition is yourself. If you measure your success as a bar, never settle for the bar. Get more done today than you did yesterday. Then tomorrow will be the best day of your life. It's true. Never stop hustling. Never stop banging on them. Never stop pushing. Never stop going for what you want in this world until it's yours. You know what I'm saying? And if you can give back on your way, it will feel so beautiful. It'll be the fuel to continue to make you move. It feels good to give, baby. It feels good to give. I'm telling you, while I was trading, while I was rolling that dice, I kept tipping the dealers every time I hit a big win. I kept tipping the dealers, and I said, it feels good to give, baby. And when I rolled for that 45-minute, I must have said it feels good to give like 40 or 50 times. I kept being like, it feels good to give, baby. It feels good to give. And like, people were laughing. It was hilarious. But like, we just kept getting paid. I must have hit the 10 on the point, like, I don't know, like 20 times with 50 loaded. And then I pressed the 10. It was crazy, man. It was nuts. Anyway, I super chatted to the boss. Shout out to ZK, man. You're the man too. Shout out to Kyle Stanfield. Shout out to NMW. Shout out to everybody here on the live. What did you say, ZK? Good morning, brother. XRP showing some strength against Bitcoin for a minute now. What do you think? We'll take a look at the XRP BTC chart. But this 15-minute really wants to pump to the upside. I want to see the stochastic get us out the zone and above. This is like crucial right now for Bitcoin, that we get back above this point of control and we get above this resistance. Well, it's not a point of control actually at the very moment, but it feels like one. It kind of is actually when you zoom out. It is. See that? It's your highest node, so it is a point of control. But so we're getting held down by this 19,000, 93. This is that one that's been there for so long on the local support regions. It's tough out here in these streets. Let's take a look at XRP BTC chart, right? XRP Bitcoin trading BTC pairs. And that's going to be, very advantageous. I like doing it at all different times. So let's take a look here on the daily chart for it first. So, my man's got something here. You could do one of two things. You could say it's independent. It's retesting the top. Or we could say it's in like a bigger ascending triangle. Both are cool with me. You know what I'm saying? And see how you could see things differently? It depends. Two people are going to see this different ways. Someone's going to have it independent and say that's a retest of the top trend line. Someone else may just say no. It depends. Completely depends on the person or what they're looking at. Someone might see both. I see both, right? It's like Salvador Dali, right? Can you flip it, switch it, flip it, switch it, dip it, whatever you want. I'm just messing around, but you know what I mean? So, bang. And shout out to Sin City Crypto. They were on George's channel, had George on recently. It was amazing. And then I watched they had an amazing update this morning. I believe it was this morning or yesterday. They had a nice episode yesterday with Forrest, breaking down the markets, talking about a bunch of different things. Check them out. Let's check them out right here on YouTube. Sin City Crypto, baby. And honestly, we've been talking about quant a lot. Remember, we've been trading quant since 87 on and off, and it was one of my biggest trades. Actually, when I was in his studio, I wasn't like, saying it out loud really because I was just sitting there doing my charts. They were like cleaning up, but I was like posting quant, and I kept trading to the group like XRP quant, and it's funny. And then Quant Network has taken over, baby, and they have a nice analysis too with so honestly, man, quant. And I kind of like this because we've been on quant, talking about quant, and you can see how other people were noticing quant, baby. So that was actually a really nice episode. It was a nice, fast, the analysis was done in the middle. It was really done really well. And you could take a look at what Forrest was looking at too. Pretty cool. So I'm looking at XRP Bitcoin, and you're right. There's a chance this could boom. The daily is pushing down on us. Let's take a look. Let's take a deep dive for a second here. 4-hour time frame is very oversold, and I like what I'm seeing there. They could definitely flip the daily to the upside. When I see something like that, it sparks my interest. Falling volume with falling price, we got kind of in the middle, but we are seem to. I think it's losing some sellers, for sure. Losing some sellers. We love quant. Thanks for the love, man. Quant's banging, right? Touch it, bring it back. Watch it, let it stop. Format it. You're funny. Shout out to Kevin Baker. Gotta go prep our show later, everyone. My man. Anyone out there who thinks they aren't moving forward, see you and you are closer to your goal than you think. Keep pushing. You got this. Nothing will stop you. Shout out to Roddy Robinson with motivational support. So look, XRP Bitcoin. Make some money off your XRP. Make some Bitcoin off your XRP. So the 1 hour right now is a bit oversold and could be dumping on us, just like the rest of the markets. It's about that 15-minute, right? Ooh, look at that. That's B2. Interesting. So whatever happens, you got a double bottom here. So even if you dump here, you just can't lose this trend line. So yeah, I'll wait for these to reset, the 15 and the 1 hour possibly. And as long as they do that and we stay inside this trend line, this might look like a nice scrumptious meal for me personally. XRP BTC. It hasn't been bad lately. Bitcoin goes sideways and XRP comes to the bee's knees and something comes out with that case. You'd be surprised. 52% gains possibly coming. It's slightly a rising wedge. It has decent ascending triangle vibes. It's like a hybrid, you know. But at the end of the day, it does have rising wedge vibes that, you know, could break to the downside here at the beginning of the wedge. So that has to be looked at. And that's why with the high stochastics, I'm caution on it, right? I'm caution on it. Superchats, ABBC, sorry, I meant macro bottoming indicators. 4 weeks now is a 30-day momentum down. MNW, 4 hour. Let's take a look at MNW. Morpheus. And I played this for a beautiful 50%. It's looking absolutely scrumptious. And we still have it open here, and you can see it has not even come close to the stop loss, right? 3-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I like what I'm looking at here. And again, this is what I'm looking at. You'd have to find out if this fits your trading style. You'd have to get educated. Find out if you like technical analysis. Use it to your advantage. And if it fits your trading style, then, you know, and you got educated you know, then this is something maybe you'd like to look at. But it's up to you completely, and you'd have to know. So the reason why I like this because I have a checklist, and it's starting to follow suit with them. It's got a tight moving average. It's been in an uptrend, okay? I'd like to see some hidden bullish divergence on a bigger time frame if even possible. Starting to show off a little bit. Nothing really there. Let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour has a bit of it going. And let me show you what I'm talking about here. Well, if you took this swing to this swing, you'd have this uptrend, right? But if you did the same here, you'd have a bit of a downtrend. And, you know, lo and behold, you know, from that to that to that, that gives you a little bit of hidden bullish. All right. So some hidden bullish divergence here. You're getting tight. You are far apart. You could get a little closer together on the moving averages, but lack of bearish momentum here. Falling volume with falling price is also a nice thing to see here. So you want to juxtapose volume and price. That's going to give you an edge. You want to look at your VRVP. You're riding right below this POC, but you get above this, baby, and you're flying to here and possibly all the way to the measured move, but definitely at least to the beginning of the next resistance area. Always set your support or resistance. I love to take profits here at your first area, at least, you know, if not all, you know, some, if not all, or to go all the way up to the 92. But you don't have to, the less greedy I become, the more gains I be had, right? So if I always go for the bigger one, then I don't always get there, right? But if I always go for a constant gain, it's highly likely better that I'm going to get it. So we flip to the daily as well. You can see the daily coming on down, but it could bend and flip here with some push up. And then you go for that 4-hour. And I like what I'm seeing here on the 4-hour, so I would not be surprised. This trade is still open. I've been looking at it and you either get, you know, until I either get stopped out or it hits. I'm not personally in this trade. I want to make that clear. But it is something I may actually jump into. It looks pretty scrumptious to me. I'm starting to like what I see here. I'm starting to really like what I see. And I've been talking about this coin for a while. I got in real early and already made a 50% gain, and it's continuing to move. So I did sell my position at 50%. I'm looking to get back in at one point. So I don't have to, but it's something I'm thinking about. Let me also pull a Fibonacci here from this low to this high. It's a good idea to pull a fib. And, you know, we're kind of sitting right above the 618, which is, you know, we could go lower to the golden pocket. Anything could happen. This could end up making a falling wedge. See, I've seen this happen before. We could go lower into the zone. Definitely anything could happen. We'd still not get stopped out, which is pretty beautiful. All right. Deep stop loss, but bigger gainer, you know? So, and
again, that's my idea. Anyone else, that's why you don't take someone else's stop loss too. And that's why you couldn't take anyone, because like stop loss may want to be here for you. You know, someone may, and again, and you get all the way to a 3-to-1. Stop loss could be pretty deep here, but even higher, it gives you a higher risk reward ratio. So you risk 20% to gain possibly 90. I mean, that's like, and honestly, as long as it's below the 200-day moving average, I like that. So I could even shave that up a little bit too. Bring it to that 20% region and give that 4.5 risk reward ratio. So you can see how I'm open-minded. You know, it doesn't have to be the pen. I would like it to be tight in the movement. And then I zoom into the 1 hour and I see that the 1 hour is getting a little overbought for me and not in the perfect zone. Could have momentum and push on up. And then if that 15 minutes ready to rock like the rest of the market now, so like kind of need to wait for it to cool off a little bit. So I put some alerts in the middle of Stokes. And then what I can do here is I put a vertical line. I put an alert on that too as well. No one will give you the special sauce because no one will believe they really could pass away tomorrow. But I'm in complete agreement with that idea that you never know when you could go, because I saw the blood pouring out of my arm and I remind myself of it almost every day. So because of that, I do give away, I believe, more than the average person because I know that there's nothing guaranteed in this life. All right. And that's, you know, and I don't serve, as much as I do serve everyone here and I love you, I serve God before any one of you. You see? And at the end of the day, as long as I serve God before any one of you, I will serve you as well, because that is God's will. So it's like when you put God first, almost everything else plays out as it's supposed to. It's quite interesting, you know. I learned that the hard way though, because I didn't always do that and I would suffer. So watching EGLD in this funky, possibly, you know, bullish megaphone idea here. Pretty funky though. Not my favorite cup of tea, to be honest. Okay, we got to look at the entire markets here. We'll look at the show. So we've looked at the S&P, right? And we want to look at total market cap now, right? And remember what we keep talking about on the weekly chart. Anybody? The 200 simple, right? And how important it was that we stayed above it. Look, we just got a nasty rejection by the 200 simple moving average. See that? We needed to stay above it. The weekly close below it, no good. And now we're getting rejected by it again. And that could be very bearish. See how we're on the other side of it now for pure rejection? It's like, again, like the hope is this weekly candle must close above this somehow, some way. Daily wants to make a bit of a move. I'll tell you what's keeping me alive is this right here. Is seeing bullish divergence on the day. Because if I saw bearish divergence on the daily, I would have to get out of the market. So if I see bullish divergence on the daily, I have to get into the market. You see what I'm saying? So like, it's just such a substantial sign for me. And this is the main reason I bought the Bitcoin yesterday, is bullish divergence on the total market of cryptocurrencies, on the total. And it is a slight higher low, technically, to this one. And it's the first time we've had one substantially for days on end. Like, you know, we keep dropping, and we finally came up, and we're attempting to find some really consolidative support here. So it's interesting to me what I'm looking at. And, you know, again, we have that point of control at nine. What is it? Let's make sure it's $905 billion. We got to get back above 900 bill. We do, right? There's weakness in the market. It's not beautiful. Can we uncorrelate is the question. You know, these countries that are getting hit so hard, like Britain, it may kind of get them a little upset to buy US dollars. Like, I want to buy the thing that's crushing me. And so Bitcoin may become like the spiteful alternative. You know what I mean? Like, oh, well, I'll buy Bitcoin instead. And that could kind of become a fad, you know, and that could spread. And I believe once people realize the power that Bitcoin gives you, when you can say no to the people that you feel have mismanaged, you know, your way of life financially, it can have some, it can be empowering, and it can spread fast. You know what I mean? That's kind of something I'm thinking about. So, and that's why I keep saying, can Bitcoin become a hedge against inflation? Because it's not
It's a boat. It's a utility. Bitcoin can go with you. You can take it with you. Like, it can take you with it. It can move. It can move into the future. It can do so much. It has so much potential that a lot of these other things do not, you know? The assets that you trade in the stock market, bonds, all these other things that just do not have that movable potential like Bitcoin. And because of that, it tells me that, you know, Wednesday at 8 p.m., we have a meeting. The Fed Minutes, where they talk. We're going to have to see what's going on with that. We may go live for that. We'll break it down. Just remember that. Google partners with Coinbase to accept crypto payments for cloud services. The tech giant will also use Coinbase custody services, Coinbase Prime. Google will start accepting crypto payments for cloud services early next year. Announced Tuesday as Google Cloud Next conference, tech giant said it will receive crypto payment via integration with crypto exchange Coin. Crypto payments will initially be rolled out to a handful of customers involved in Web3 industry. Google will also use Coinbase's custody services, Coinbase Prime. We want to make building Web3 faster, easier, and this partnership with Coinbase helps developers get one step closer to that goal, said Thomas Kurian. Brian Armstrong, co-founder and CEO of Coinbase, added, "We could not ask for a better partner to help execute our vision of building a trusted bridge into the Web3 ecosystem." Google and Coinbase. Ooh, is that what you want to see? Does that make you happy? And let's run to Twitter on that one. Let's run to the twit. Let's run to that Twitter, right? Does this Google Coinbase marriage make you warm and toasty, or feeling strange? Does this Coinbase marriage make you warm and toasty or feeling strange? Toasty. No go. It could be like strange. Does this Google Coinbase and my result? Yeah. Oh. Why is it always doing something to me? Does this Google Coinbase marriage make you warm and toasty or feeling strange? I would love to know. I think I feel a little strange. I'll be honest. And that's why I said that. I think that's why I said it. Does this Google Coinbase marriage make you warm and toasty or feeling strange? I want to know. I want to know. Look, 1000X, of course, just announced. I don't even want to see that. How about them Raiders Chiefs? Wow, right? Total market cap. 22-hour looks like it's going to bang, and it's got this beautiful bullish divergence on it. So we'll see what happens. Anything is possible. We got room on the RSI to get all the way back to the upside. We seem to be trending up. We'll see what happens. What's the bearishness? The bearishness is, could the daily continue to the downside and dump us out? This is a symmetrical triangle. You can see a bit of a slanted one, and it could break to the downside as much as it could break up, and that could bring a dump, and then we could continue to dump all the way here to the bottom of this channel to 400 billion, and that would be like world just complete recession tankage, right? Are they going to drain half of all the money out of cryptocurrency? I don't know. Seems a bit strange to me. Okay, and one thing another idea holding on to is still this inverted head and shoulder idea that I haven't completely given up on. All right, and at the end of the day, will he go there? Folks, will he? Does he do it? Shame on him. Shame on him. Sammy Cup and Hattie to the upside. Does this cup and handle out of the inverted head and shoulder boom us above the POC to the gap and all the way back to this next liquidity zone? And our next big resistance at $1.62 trillion. Anything could happen, but I do see something of this insane nature. But again, it's all about this area. And so now you look at the symmetrical triangle in the 15. And so this is how you figure out big time ideas. You zoom out, you break it down, you chisel away. And now look at the 15-minute and you go to the 1 hour. I'm on fire right now. You can feel it. I'm cooking, man. But you see this? I mean, and now we watch this 15-minute. If we begin to break down, then we can lead to the bigger story that we may actually head to the bigger zone. So now you have, if we break up, then we lead to the bigger story that we make, So the smaller time frame, as it begins to make decisions, will channel us towards the bigger projection. But if you don't have either, then how do you know? And so now I have my bigger projection down, my bigger projection up, and I see the standstill area that I have to watch, and I watch the time frame that will give me the quickest results, which is the 50-minute to the 1 hour. Special sauce right there, just thrown out at you. Like this over here. I cook it like a garlic sauce over here. I slice the garlic extra thin over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Charlie, get this kid some garlic bread. He looks hungry. He's waiting for some food. Stuff him up with some garlic bread, then get him some manicotti over here. I tell you what. I tell you 2 times, huh? I ain't going to tell you again. So look, I put REEF here, and we nailed it. Look at this, REEF. This is what we do here on this channel. Every single day we show and prove. It says stops below. It's my buy zone. Ooh, get out of here. Drawing nonsense. What, I had this on like the 3-day or something over here. Buy zone, right? Like, why is the buy zone so far away over here? What are you doing to me, Jimmy? I can't even see it. Hey, Bobby, get it back in the zone over here. So look, 3-day chart banged on you too. But I was looking at this REEF and just another, and it was descending triangle. But remember, actually not really, because you have this upward trending lower trend line. Ooh, get back over here. So here's your buy zone. Let's take a look at what we got going on. About 20% gains out of REEF. Did never hit the stop loss. And you can see the stop loss was between what? The 200 simple and the bottom of the trend line. That is called a dual action protection that I teach my students. And if you want to understand what's going on, I teach class today, which I forgot to mention every single Tuesday. I almost forgot that I teach class. My goodness, because my wife wasn't here to remind me. I love my wife, though. And you can't blame anyone else but yourself. But I teach Life Revision Trading Bootcamp today. And what I'm going to go over is all the things that I showed you today. We're going to talk about how I use moving averages, how the moving averages has a relationship with the MACD, how you can use the RSI in conjunction with that, how you juxtapose the RSI, how you find divergences, homework for all of that, how patterns come into play, how to find patterns, how to make your patterns, a bit of pattern practice. We're also going to break down my 9-point checklist. You're also going to get a PowerPoint that's going to show you exactly what I look for when I enter a trade and why I do it. I'll give you away my special sauce. I'll give you everything I have because I love you for $99. If you join my trading group, it's only $60. So if you already think you're going to jump in, you might as well just do both. You know what I mean? But it's up to you, completely up to you. Shout out to each and every one of you. I greatly appreciate everyone that's here hitting that like button because the more people that hit that like button, the more people will join this class. The more people will find us through the algorithm and the more people you will help. And that will be good karma on you for the rest of your life because you'll be like, you know what? Someone might actually join that group, become a multimillionaire, live on the beach and change their life. And it might have been you because you hit that like button. You 10 people might have pushed that algorithm. 10 more people hit the like button right now. You might just push that algorithm above. Pull in that next person that is just looking for the special sauce, has it, but just needs that extra jump. They come here, they take that class, their life changes forever. Just like mine did when I jumped into a trading group, when I got the knowledge that I needed. Now I condense it for $99 in 2 hours. You won't see it anywhere else. Jump on it today. Stay blessed. And $60 if you join the trading group, we knock off a beautiful 40%. The trading. Every single day. It's Tuesday from 3 to 5 today. Email CryptoLifers@gmail.com because it's late to jump in on the link below. Email CryptoLifers@gmail.com if you want to jump on in. Again, CryptoLifers@gmail.com to jump on into the class. It is from 3 to 5 today. I can't wait to see you there. What are you waiting for? Change your life. I changed mine. Would you want to hang out with me for another 2 hours of condensed, focused learning? And we do it slower. It's more like this. I'll probably have my glasses on. But it's, you know, it's a professor setting. It's different. And it's, you know, as much as I love the show has showmanship and a lot of other things going on. When we're in class, it's like a nice, intimate, focused setting, and I'm there for you. You're going to see so much, and I break it down step by step. If you're a true beginner and never seen a chart before, this is the class for you. If you've been trading for 4 or 5 years and you think you got it down, but you need some things mixed in, this is the class for you. And if you just want to be around a winner and a bunch of other winners, then this is the class for you, because I believe the people that come to that class are going places. So, bang. REEF banged on them. How do we do it? Come to the class and find out, and that's a true stories, true statement. So REEF, beautiful move to the upside for REEF, and you can see another trade, another setup that stayed in the background when no one was paying attention and banged on them, you know. And here I am putting it out on, you know, what was it on 10-6. And I love it. You can see the timestamps and everything. 10-6, consolidating on the daily, above the 0.618, right? I even put it out here on the radar, consolidating nicely on the 1 hour. Wants to bounce. 1 hour is a little too high. Daily is oversold. Possible retest for the 4 hour, and the bottom trend line must hold, right? But I mean, lo and behold, that was a beautiful buy zone that was respected, and we would blast to the upside for REEF. And we're still up 20%. It's actually not over yet. This thing actually is looking to me to be flagging on the 4 hour and to be oversold with a nice move to the upside. This could continue. Honestly, stop loss to break even for me, and this thing could continue to rip. You know, that's how I play it. I'm not personally in this trade. That's how I play this trade, though. REEF. Can you check on? I might actually hold some REEF from a long time ago, to be dead honest, that I forgot about. But yeah, so I actually hold REEF, but it's like, join the Discord. Your future self will thank you. Best decision I made for $99 a month. Shout out to Tommy313. We love you, Tommy. Thank you for coming on in. Shout out to all the lifers from the Cheese State. Shout out to Cheese. We love you. Wisconsin, baby. The big cheese. Shout out to the $2 super chat. Thank you for coming on in. Much appreciated to you and yours. So REEF would bang on them. Regardless, we always seem to find a winner, be in a winner, have a winner on deck no matter what. REEF for gains, right? And Sean, you just got to search REEF quickly, and I'll slap you with the after here, and that could be done fast and furiously. It's up to you, though. You could be time stamping, so do whatever you do. Whatever you do. I don't want to get in the way. You're a boss of bosses, and you get it done the right way. So please don't let me interrupt your speed of motion, because you seem to have it down, and I'm not going to say a word about it. Thank you. He wrote on it. This guy's a boss. Look what he wrote on it. See this? On it, he wrote. Like, man, my team is, you've never seen a team that works harder in your life. Fort DeSoto over here hanging out. My man. Like the like button. It does do good for the soul, and it brings fortunes in your life. I believe it does. I believe it does. Why not? You're helping the train move, then something's going to happen your way. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Filecoin is interesting to me. I've seen this many times, attempting to double bottom, double bottom, right? You look at your daily, you're very low. Filecoin, and we've done this the other day. Look, we did this with another coin, many different things. Take a look at PLU, USDT here. And look, this looked a little similar here to Filecoin. If you go back and forth and look at them. Look at that. I mean, is it me or is it you? Do you see the similarity, right? So, is it me you're looking for? So, Filecoin, it could dump to the downside and go to zero. Anything could happen, but that's a double bottom. And you got that wedge, and, you know, so I've done it before. I've done it again. That could be a bottom for Filecoin. Daily may want to make a move back upside. Now, that's high-risk trading. I'd see you get it above a POC and retest. That would make me feel more warm and cuddly inside, but it's up to you. You know, 37 votes here, 23 hours left. Does Google and Coinbase marriage make you warm and toasty or feeling strange? Warm and toasty, feeling strange. 30 to 65, 35 to 65%. More people are feeling strange at 11:11 a.m. on October 11th. How funny is that? 11:11 a.m. October 11th. I posted it at 11:11, didn't I? On October 11th. Only I would do that, right? Only me would hit the 1111 on the 11. I mean, I'm just saying, right? Like, everything I do is strange. Every time I hit the numbers, it's on the number. Crazy. Go to Vegas. Of course I win. You know what I'm saying? Insane. You're supposed to lose. I walk away with a G. You're not supposed to win. So stupid. And I played like it was like $1,000 on the line. Now I'm like, damn, I should have played a 10X. I should have played with $1,000. I would have made $1,000. I would have made it 10,000, you know, right? Just stacking on them. The king of TA. Shout out to Calderon, my man. Super chats, ABBC, BRISE, and Cat. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at, well, we looked at the dollar index. We've gone over that. We kind of see what's going down. We can look at, one thing I want to take a look at with you is Bitcoin dominance and Tether dominance. Just see what we have brewing here. See if there's anything we can kind of muster up from the two of these. Dow Jones getting a bit of a bounce. Remember, I suggested it might bounce. Dow getting a bit of a bounce. S&P could get a bounce here. 1 hour is getting a little spent, though. See, the Dow has to get above this resistance now. See this? You now have resistance for the Dow. You're strutting on a higher low. I get it. You could do something like this. Dow's got to break back to the upside. It's got to get back above these levels to remain bullish. And see, we even called this kind of like inverted cup and handle on the Dow, and it's been dumping ever since. My circled area was the target, the tag it for the Dow there. 1287 for ETH, taking a beat down. Wow, we'll take a look at ETH in a second. I haven't done TA on ETH, but I did call this. Look, I'm warning that it's going to drop to 1209. Isn't that interesting? Said you have a symmetrical triangle. If ETH breaks to the downside, it's going to break down to 1209. After it breaks to the upside, it's going to go to 2181. And it started to fall out. See some drawings here, bearish retest, and it continued to drop. It's pretty close to the target. Actually hit the target right there, 1209. So we probably called that a while back, and it pretty much ETH did that. We'll take a look at it again in a little while. The TA is pretty spot on, so I know if I leave it there, it's, you know, one or two things are going to happen. If I have both ways, so it would have been up, I would have said the same thing. But the idea is you have it, and then you erase this once you fall out of the pattern, right? And you don't need that anymore. Everyone's like, well, you said both ways, and it's like, that's what you do as a trader. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not about being right or right. It's about chess. A chess player thinks of all the different moves the other guy's going to move, and then when he doesn't do those two moves, he throws those ones away. When he does the other ones, he goes with them. Same thing here. You put both moves of the opponent here, and then when you take this way, you go the way that you went. Simple. It's simple, but the mind makes it harder. The emotions make it hard to follow the rules here with trading. It's not as easy as people think it is. You know, that's the problem. That's the issue. So look, this Bitcoin, this little short, like we were talking about that short yesterday, right? Not huge gain, 7%. And hopefully it fakes out, breaks out. And look, you even see some bearish momentum on the short here because that's bearish divergence. It's a good sign that Bitcoin may not dump too much more. We may actually get some love here. Dollar index is showing signs of a dumpage. See that? Red. Dump, baby, dump. 15-minute coming on down, baby. And that's what we wanted. That's what we were looking for. That's what we were talking about when the stream began. Live revision trading course today at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Learn the language of the charts. 2 hours that are life-changing. Pay with crypto and email cryptolifers@gmail or with PayPal, whatever makes you happy, or any way that you would like to pay. All right? We'll find a way. DXY, right? It's all there. So let's take a look at Tether dominance. Same thing with DXY. If Tether dominance is falling, right? If DXY is falling, Tether dominance should be falling. So look, the last time we looked at Tether dominance, a bit of an inverted head and shoulder came up here, but it's getting extended on the daily, not able to get above the zone. And what I liked about it here was this. This was bearish divergence. See that? That's clear as day bearish divergence right there for Tether dominance. And so far it's been falling to the downside. That tells you should not make a high higher than this high. Just like when you see Bitcoin bullish dominance, it says you shouldn't make a low lower than that low. Same concept here. You see what I'm saying? Understand how to flip the charts. Understand how to find your way. Understand how to change your mind to see things differently than you have seen it before. Change the way you see things, and the things you see will change. Be the light that guides you to the next level every single time, and you'll get it every single time. Daily getting overbought. Can we get a dump? 22-hour getting to that zone. 4-hour above overbought too. So what we want to see is we want to see dumpage. We want to see people shedding off that tether like I did yesterday. I shedded off a lot of tether. I was like, I don't need these 19,000 tethers. Toss them to the wayside, you know. So much better to be in Bitcoin than tether because, like, everyone's always talking about tether going into all this nonsense, right? But, like, being in Bitcoin, you're in Bitcoin. Like, I just think when I get into Bitcoin, I'm in the safest asset in the world. And I feel so confident in my decision, and I feel good being in Bitcoin. So it is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's look at Bitcoin dominance, and it's in this same bit of a, channeled a bit of a rising wedge here. 1 hour is doing one thing, but it is just a 1 hour. It's minutia unless we see a massive move down. We take a look at our daily time frame, and we're about to pump, and that's a good sign. Usually when there's two reasons you pump. The whole market dumps down, and people run in to get stopped out of their BTC pairs, and Bitcoin dominance pumps up. So when the market dumps, Bitcoin dominance pumps. All right? So we want to see if this is about to pump on the daily, we want to see tether dominance dump. So we're going to look here, and we want to see that US tether is about to dump on the daily. And it's getting further up than it needs to be, and it is hitting resistance. So what we'd like to see is this come down. So it's setting up, like comes up and then come down here, like so. And while that does this comes up. And what that's going to say is people are going to bleed tether out into Bitcoin, all right? And it's setting up for what we want it to do, okay? 3 days a little high. If the 3 day, watch the 3 day be low on this. Okay, they're both high. That means that people are going to shed Bitcoin. See, when they're both about to dump, it's not a good sign, right? Because it means that people are going to sell out of everything, And honestly, what it actually does mean, though, when they're both about to dump, I realize it means one thing. Why would people be dumping Tether and Bitcoin? Anybody? Let's see if you guys can answer this, because this is a great question. And here comes the genius. Who is the genius here? I'm waiting for it. Whoever says it, let's hear. Who are the genius says it? Whoever says it, let's see it. Alts, baby, alts. My man. Christian comes through. Alts, that's right. Money flows into the alts because where could it go? Right? It's not going back into US dollars. So if it's leaving Tether, leaving Bitcoin, it's going into the altcoins, baby. So we may see somewhat of a movement here. This is interesting. All right? To buy silver, you're funny. I have already learned a lot watching when he said he was also... he also grew out my tiles. I had to get in. You're funny. Shout out to Crypto to the Grave. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Super chats, ABBC, BRISE, and Cat. Let's look at ABBC. All right, so I was watching this a while back, and I never thought it would consolidate for this long. Like, it's just absurd. It does tend to be a stable coin of such, but that is absurd amount of consolidation. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. That wick also makes it hard to pull a fib. I will anyway, but it's absurd. And it's like 786 Fibonacci getting tight. Lack of bearish momentum. Nobody really knows about this coin, but eventually it does pop. We've played it before for gains. So it won't be the first time I've seen it. And it does act strange compared to the rest of the market. Specifically when Bitcoin is acting up, I see this coin get stable. And I don't know why or what's going on with it, but it tends to do it a lot. It is a bit of a descending triangle in my mind, but if I punch it up, it isn't. But if I look at it on the 4-hour time frame, I guess, okay, we'll falling wedge it. So a falling wedge to the upside here for the 4-hour time frame. All right. And right here. Daily extremely oversold. 4-hour beat to the ground. 1 hour just needs to complete some sauce, maybe come on back down, or maybe somewhere in the middle here. So I put an alert on the 1 hour time frame, and I watch this closely. When the alert hits, I will let my students know, right? And I also, what I do now is I put it in the alert section, and this is where you want to put the alert. Alerts on the 1 hour. Now, not all alerts are going to guarantee entry, but what they do is they help you speculate the best ones of all the alerts you put on. Let me repeat that. Not all alerts are going to give the best entry or present a guaranteed entry. But by putting multiple alerts, we can look at all the different entries presented throughout the day and find possibly the greatest one with highest probability. This alert connected by another alert and another one throughout the day, and then I have my picking, right? And I'll have a little bit of an idea of what I'm looking for and what I want to go for, all right? Let's take a look at BRISE. An oldie but goodie did eventually break out of that channel. Where did it sit, though? See, they gave it all back. We did get that 31%. We were watching it. It made the flag. I said, watch the flag, and that flag, and that flag. They both broke out for gain, so congratulations to anyone that did take those. We seem to give it back, somewhere back to break even for BRISE already now. Ugly pattern for BRISE. We had it in this giant, beautiful cup and handle. Interesting, the daily is still, after all that, came back down to low again. It's interesting. So you just like rework this pattern. My humble opinion. I mean, the thing is, this has an ecosystem that's growing. And so fundamentally, this should continue to break out to the upside. Just based on what they're doing, right? You got falling volume with falling price. You did dig yourself out of the grave. You made a higher high, and now you're retesting this. See, I don't normally like to buy the bottoms here, but to buy this is like a retest of that area. The daily has some legs and strength. The 4 hour has a move here. That's interesting. See that? BRISE back in the mix. This one, but it took a while. It's like pulling teeth a few times, right? It could be a tough trade, right? And it could, you got to have patience. You got to kind of go with what you're looking for, and you have to stay the course. So BRISE could pump for sure, but it takes a certain person to be able to get through a BRISE trade. That's what I learned after the last time. So setting alerts here on the 1 hour time frame, it's a little high for me like the rest of the market. So not in the sweet spot yet, but you can see why we continue to set our alerts. Luna C, as you can see, I'm still in this trade. It did not hit my stop loss, so there's no reason to get out. And it's just tight. And I'm going to continue to ride this wave. Again, like everything else, the 1 hour is high, but the 4 hour really is in a good spot. And so is their daily. So I believe it's only a matter of time till Luna C does damage. And if I pull a Fibonacci here too as well, from there to impulse, we already clipped the 786 and came into the golden pocket. We're now riding the 618. I like what I'm seeing. We've been climbing up the stairs of fibs, and there's a likely chance we get all the way up here, at least past the 382 and Corral, and that would be a big move. 110% gains. I put $300 in that, like, you know, in the 3L token right now. So if that happens, the $300 will turn into about $1,000, right? Because I'll 300% it, and so it'll be like 900% gains. So we'll see. We will see. All right, no, it'll be 300% gains. Apologize, but yeah, we'll 3x the 100% gains. So hey, if not, I lose $300. I think it's a pretty good risk reward ratio, in my humble opinion. So that's, you know, something that these are things I think about. All right, and that's a real trade that I'm actually in as well on MEXC Global, right? Using the ETFs on MEXC Global to take advantage of that situation. May it occur. Cambria also on my radar very closely. Someone asked about CAT. It's still tight. The daily looks absolutely beautiful. I'm still, you know, and we've traded this many times for gains. It just eventually tends to play out. I bet the 1 hour's overbought. Like, no. See, the 1 hour is actually in the sweet spot. And look, it actually broke out for about 15%. Came back and retested. Interesting enough. 4 hour got a little spent, but flattening out. But as long as it can stay inside this tight pattern and not change, it's on my radar. You can reposition it too here. Stop loss.
And the 100% gains possibly coming out of Cambria, it is on the radar for me. Yeah, flip it to the negative because that's like the stop. 20% to gain 100. I mean, with the 200-day moving average moving through the bottom of the pattern and a point of control. So it's setting up to give you that protection. Well, we've seen this before, but again, this depends on the person, individual, and, you know, the education. So, and again, don't do anything I do on this channel. I am just a financial advisor. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I do and say should be taken as such. I'm just a technical analyst, going over the technicals, looking at what I see every single day, and looking at probabilities. When things get tight, when moving averages get tight, when point of controls get involved, you know, when we see lack of momentum on the MACD, it starts to tell me that there's an inclination of a move coming, right? So, and if you come to the channel every single day, you will see this over and over again till you understand it the same as I do, all right? It's been posted to the group. They know it. They've seen it. It's on the radar, all right? Thank you for the super chat. You people are unbelievable. May God bless you. V-Chain in that. Yeah, I'm here just for the, yeah, right. You're silly, man. Super chats, V-Chain. So V-Chain's doing that same double bottom thing that we're seeing across the board. You know, it's following Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin. If Bitcoin drops, this will drop. If Bitcoin pumps, this will pump. It's just that simple. It's really, I know it's boring, but it's really that simple. You're battling a POC here. You get above it, you're gone. That's like Bitcoin's POC at 19,001. So it's all about Bitcoin, everyone. Remember that. And when you're watching any other coin, if you see the coin as 95% of Bitcoin's chart, like, it really doesn't matter what that coin's going to do. It matters what Bitcoin's going to do. All right. Wow, so we got our pump here. A little bit of a short squeeze down into 19,100. Let's take a look at Bookmap. See how much different it looks now. So they continue to squeeze the shorts continuously throughout our live stream. They didn't learn 92,000, 25,000, 18,000, 39,000, 29 liquidations. So continue to rock them and roll them, baby. And we're getting to the end of the liquidity zone. Not a lot on either side, though. We'll see. Getting light, and Bitcoin's holding 19,140 now. So people woke up all shook. Remember? Oh, but we got that strong divergence in the bigger time frames, and I'm playing that divergence on the bigger time frames. That's what I'm doing. You know, and we'll go from there. Okay, and so that's kind of how I look at BTC. This 3-day could balance out and swing on out and get a bigger move. The daily's showing signs of getting oversold, although it could get pinned to dump. I've seen both happen, but it is showing some signs. And why I'm trusting it more is because of the bullish divergence in the daily. I mean, that's a swing down to the swing down, and this is a swing up. You never see this. It's very rare, and I know it like the back of my hand, and I've trusted it so many times in my life. So that's bullish divergence. Bullish divergence on the daily. It's giving me huge signs of a move. So that's on my radar as well. And then this 4-hour kind of cup and handle when we're low. All right, showing some signs of life here too as well. And then the 1 hour also is stunning bullish divergence here with this swing up to swing up, this swing to swing down. So I'm a divergence guy. And I know there's minutia, and I know I go over ups and downs and all this up, but at the end of the day, my big picture status is divergence, right? And so remember, didn't I say that this rising wedge was going to break to the upside when we started the live stream about an hour and a half ago, which would put us somewhere back around here, right? And we were dumping actually down. And we came back into the pattern, and I was like, man, this rising wedge is likely to break to the upside based on the stochastics. So far, so good. We did get the move, but we're not able. Oh, we got above it. See? And I said it's crucial that we get above that resistance point. We did. So far, so good. Let's continue to see what happens here. The 50-minute has legs. Wow, it got shot back up and got sold back down, though, pretty fast. But let's see where it ends up closing. I like that it's getting above this point of control at 19,100. I'd like to see us close a candle in the 4-hour. Above that point of control, really above 19,003. But we'll see. We will see. So I'm giving you why I believe the bigger picture may play out here for Bitcoin. Just in, you know, and I'm not saying we're going all the way to 30K and 100K and all the way. I'm just, can we climb out of this to like 20,800, 21,800 areas like that is what I'm looking at for BTC. All right. So far the 50-minute still has legs. Let's see it continue. I want to, you know, desperately avoid an M pattern here. You know that this level, basically, we must close a candle in the 1 hour above 19,250.
to remain bullish. So we'll be looking for that. Close the candle somewhere up in these zones, 19,003, 19,400 area, to kind of give us that feeling of insurance above these resistance areas. Right now, that is resistance, 19,215. If you can't get above it, you're just going to end up down here at the bottom of this pattern and the bigger one as well. So that's my special sauce for Bitcoin today. Appreciate each and every one of you for looking at that and taking a look. Sam, thanks for everyday knowledge. Good day, all. Shout out to Tommy G in the house. Love you, Tommy. Thank you for being here. Someone please asking for burger. So I'll take a look at burger. He's like, burger, please. Let's take a look at Bruger's burger. No. Burger. Let's take a look at burger. I mean, that's a bear flag, right? That looks like it continued to dump. That doesn't look good to me. Look, it dumped out of another descending. See, descending triangles are nasty. They're like the worst patterns to play in the game. See that? Look at that. There's a trade I had, never fell off. See that? That's why you... And look, this is why you use a stop loss. See, if you didn't use a stop loss, I'm just going to hold. So look, you don't use... This is a beautiful example of how a stop loss is absolutely lovely. Oh, look, I'm just going to hold. And I'm going to lose 94% of my position. 82%. Instead of just getting bean for 14 and moving on. You know what I mean? 14%. Okay, my idea didn't play out. Let me move my capital on. No, I'm going to hold on, be real stubborn, and lose 94% of it all. 85% of it all, you know? And that's why if you don't use a stop loss, you end up that person down there, not the guy in the next trade making hits. So you got to be careful. And it's not, you know. I think Burger is on KuCoin too, though, right? Yeah. I was like, I had another. So I've been showing it at this support zone for a long time now, and it's still kind of sitting there. See that? It dwindled down a little bit, but it hasn't left the support zone. It's extremely beat to the ground. It's high risk for me. I wouldn't be trading it personally. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. So the person's got to do whatever makes you happy. I wouldn't touch this thing right now, presently. So I just want to make that really clear. But it could bump, and it's up to you. And there you go, baby. Or pretty close to it. I put this trade out, I think at the beginning of the stream, or I don't know when. But look, 18% gains. And I just put this out. Literally, not too long ago. I mean, this is just banging on them. You can see it, we print. And anyone who claims we don't is just full of old shoes, man. You know, and doesn't have any clue what they're talking about in this game. Right? In this game. So... it is what it is, right? It's a gift, man. It's a gift. It's a gift. Bang. We do it live. Like, we should make this for TikTok. Like, look. Hi, my name is Crypto Lifer, Sam Price. And if you look, I go over trades all the time, and I like to find flags, bull flags, specifically when the 15-minute is low and MACD is about to turn and everything looks like it's about to continue to the upside. This is a continuation pattern. And watch, you snap your fingers and boom, pumps to the upside. That's 19% gains. It actually looks like it could continue up too. It's got some more momentum, but hey, that's a beautiful trade in less than 2 hours, an hour and a half, about an hour and a half. This thing banged on you for 19% gains. Again, before. And then if you just snap your finger and you're just like, oh my God, gains that fast. It's unbelievable. Check it out. I do this on the live stream a lot, and I can teach you. I have a class today that can have you swimming in gains if you understand what I'm teaching right now. If I could show you these continuation patterns, all sorts of knowledge like this, that'll get you in the zone. Please come to class today from 3 to 5 Eastern Standard Time. It is $99 or $60 if you join my trading group. We give you a discount because we want educated people in the trading group. If you already decided to join the trading group, we want to give you a discount. We want to offer you more value. So we're going to knock off $45 and give you even more value. You deserve it. You already jumped in with me. You deserve it. So jump on in today from 3 to 5 o'clock Eastern time. I'll be teaching class. You will see me. It will be awesome. I can't wait to see you there. All right. So, like, I mean, banging, right? And again, like, I don't know. It is what it is. People want to change their life. They want to make gains. You got to prove every day that you're what you do, what you know, how you make it flow makes it happen. Look, 21-day moving average touch and price action, so important to me. And it's about having the vision for a snipe too, like to just be able to envision that snipe. It's unreal, right? S&P, Bitcoin, you name it. Total market cap, oil, gold, we got you. We got you. Shout out to everybody here on the live. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I'm going to dip on out. I feel like we have a really good stream going, and it just feels right today. Everything is kind of feeling good. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Let me jump back into the chat. Let me swim. Let me chat swim for a little bit. You know, when you jump into the crowd, it's kind of like that. You know, crowd surfing. Let me chat surf. What's up, lifer? I missed a few days because I got married the past weekend. The Chiefs got it done last night. Glad to be back on the grind. I mean, that was close, though. Almost didn't get it done. Man, why would they not? Why would they go for 2, man? What a bozo move, bro. Josh McDaniels, man. He leaves the Patriots. He starts doing bozo things. Stanford Mine Co. LLC. That was crazy, right? What up, lifer? Man, congratulations. This guy got married, everyone. No, wait. That's the wrong one. Yeah, yes. Marriage changed my life. It was the greatest thing I ever did. Ever since I've been married, my life has been absolutely amazing. And because I got married, every one of your lives is amazing because it helped my life. So trust me, marriage is awesome. We got a super chat here about Casper. Awesome that you put Casper back on the radar. Smart person, whoever did that. I appreciate it. A lot of you people remind me of awesome coins right when they're on my radar. So Casper, talked about that they could hold that zone. It dipped a little bit, did not hit the stop loss. So look, I mean, could it continue? I don't know. It's a little messy here. But it's now in this, it's still in a bit of a flag, in my humble opinion. Let's see if this can carry out. There's a chance this will continue to the upside and actually bounce on out here. So Casper's not done yet. It is flag on the 4-hour. There's a chance it could continue. The daily's a little spent on you. That's very high risk, okay? Daily's a little spent, and that's why the stop loss is so chintzy there at 8%. But hey, there's a chance it climbs out. So it's down from entry right now, but it's fighting. Can it get back above the POC? The fact that it lost this node makes me think it might just come all the way down to 2.9 though. So just be careful. I'm watching Casper as well on the radar. Marriage is like indentured servitude. No. If you have the right woman, it's more like a massage every night. Shout out to everybody here on the live stream. Appreciate it's more like a massage parlor. If you have the right marriage, it's like a massage parlor. Shout out to Robert Cox. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Shout out to everybody that jumped on in. Shout out to Gregory the Sniper, DJ Porter Rock, CNC Ireland, Sean Aaron, and everybody that made the stream exactly what it was. Appreciate all the lovers of life, everyone that hit that like button. We still had low likes compared to the most. You know, we got it to like 700 viewers, but we didn't get the 700 likes. 584 likes, $67 in chat revenue. You people are unbelievable. And one more article I wanted to go over is CNN shuts the NFT Web3 project accused of a rug pull. Cable news CNN has bid adieu to Web3 NFT experiment Vault, announcing the same official statement on Twitter. News of our own share Vault. The Vault team is honored to have partnered with amazing journalists and blah, blah, blah. Vault was originally launched 6-week experiment, but the support and engagement for our community let us expand the project into something much larger. CNN, that's actually not true. Rug against CNN, pouring rug bull. Look, does that mean a rug bull in a polite rug polite? That's so funny. Users can expect future drops of moments include an even wider range of. Wow. Even CNN learns how to rug bull its investors. Good job. See, wow. Like, anyway, they just never seem to be in a good light. Probably will have to change their name and rebrand at one point because, yeah. Anyway, tying the ribbon. European crypto regulations enter final phase. We want to see this happen. If they can get it done and do it in some regulatory work that is fair for all, it would be like probably unlikely, right? It kind of makes me cringe when I say that. But we could see. So remember, Google partnered with Coinbase. That was a big deal, big news on the front today. And CNN shutting down their NFT program. Yeah, don't even like saying the name. And European crypto regulations enter final phase. Everybody, I appreciate you more than you would ever know. Thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. Remember, if you came to the channel, then you're already doing the right thing. Crypto is life. I love you all. Have a great day. Be safe.